Hello Jim, it's nice to meet you again.
Hello Ken, it's wonderful to have you back actually.
Well, you can't keep me away from a wonderful layout like this. The detail and structure of this town is superb. Obviously, you've done a lot more work to it since I last visited. So, I will leave it in your capable hands to tell us all about it.
There's Pablo Ice Cream. If anybody from Blackpool will remember Pablo's Ice Cream, little kiddies playground, Punch and Judy show, and there's the village pond. The swans actually swim round, they follow some magnets underneath the glass. Very realistic. Aerial shot of the bowling green. There's the sheep. Oh dear me, and there's the flasher in the park. The park rangers have been after him for months. This is the junction at the far end of town. You can just make out the horse-drawn hearse for a funeral. And there's Marks and Sparks with the Manchester Tram just going past. Hartwright's Mill, very busy mill, with a little view of the actual workshop. Quite a thriving workshop that. And there's the old pillbox from the war. There's the gypsies coming into town. Typical Coronation Street sort of scene. You'll see as we go along some of the coal in the old tin bath, and it must be Monday because the washing's hung out. An assortment of rabbit hutches in the backs. And there's the window cleaner, cleaning away, earning his money. And this is an absolutely superb view, very, very much like Coronation Street. That's the toilet for the garage. The door obviously shouldn't have swung open. There's little green Austin having its tank filled at the garage. And there's a man with binoculars spying on the lady who took her clothes off thinking she was safe. Back to the window cleaner, and there's the old NEL Dairies milk float. Kiddies playing in the street. Typical step-down houses like in Darwin. There's an old Anderson shelter from the war. Of course they lasted after the war. They were used as little sheds and what have you. There's the cabbages, collies, and the greenhouse. You can get some beautiful flowers for your wife. There's the coal frames. The detail is quite fiddly. It's hard to do, but the end result is very worthwhile. And there's a scarecrow. What a load of rubbish that is. There's a bird perched on it, so he's not doing his job very well, is he? There's the local graveyard, and we've got an actual funeral in place. What a sad fact that was. The old chap, he was going across and he got killed with one of his favourite trams. These are quite nice shops. There's a multitude of goods displayed inside. That one's the motorbike shop. There's another ice cream seller. And do you remember the old AA man? When in the olden days, when he had your badge on the front, if he saw it, he were going along, he would salute you.
What are you doing now, Jim?
Well, I'm just assembling having a dummy run just to show you what goes on, putting little bits on. There's quite a comprehensive fleet. Most of them are built up from white metal kits. There are one or two that are scratch built. Scratch built is like building it from bits of brass. Quite a varied selection. They're all authentic models of proper trams that used to run. I'm now at the point now where I've just finished tram 102. There's still quite a few more to be done. There's some Blackburn ones. The Blackburn ones are very true to my heart because I remember them when I was 12-year-old. And here we have a lovely view of the Glasgow tram coming round, going round the circuit. It's coming out of Town Square and it's just turning onto the main street. Very busy main street. There's some painters doing a Halsall. Tram shelter there. The garage, going under the railway bridge, past the allotments, and a very high retaining wall. The tram then will now turn round the corner and head off towards the park area. There he is coming round the park, and you can just make a glimpse of the swans on the pond. That's the vicarage, the red building there. Back to the main street, where we've now got a Leeds tram. It was specially decorated during the war to promote road safety. That's the junction where the tram now will go back under the railway bridge and down the main street. That building, the stone building, is the town hall and the library. That's a Leyland car. The Sunderland car goes past the blokes who are waiting to fix some repairs on the overhead wire. Here we have a lovely shot of the passengers on top of the Leyland car. This tram's coming out of Town Square again. There's the cosy cafe, and there we can see a lovely view of the men that are doing the overhead repairs. There's the antique shop, a close-up. The model, I love doing the models of the interiors. It's very fiddly, but it is well worth it. There's a local bike shop, that's Kershaw's. There's a family butcher, and the butcher's very angry, he's chasing a dog that's been some sausage. And the bloke on the roof says it with his placard that says save the trams. That was because the local council said they were going to do away with the trams. And we can just catch a bit of arc welding going on at the garage. Now here we have a beautiful, majestic scene of the Darwin Streamliner coming round. Beautiful tram, they had two of them, and when they finished service actually in Darwin they moved to Llandudno. They were beautiful trams, they were. I can remember riding on one when I was a kid. The local fire brigade there, horse-drawn. There's a courting couple, but if you look closely you'll see the granny in the deck chair chaperoning them. It's an Accrington car going round. They lasted till 1932 and then they finished. There's a local brewery chimney. Quite a good brew. I think we're going up in the helicopter now, and we're going to have a wonderful view around the layout. And where we are, going under the railway bridge. It's heading its way past the junction. There it is, going round the park area and the cemetery. It will now turn left and go back onto the main street. Back under the railway bridge. And it's heading off down the main street towards the town square. There it is now going into the town square. Another tram coming out of the town square. That's a lovely view of the tram going around the town square. Very, very busy service. That couple are in a very precarious position there, I think. Oh dear, my goodness me. Look away, ladies. You shouldn't be looking at that. They were a feature in a lot of towns, the old cast iron gent urinals.
Well, there we are, Jim, almost at the end of our journey. Thank you very much for letting me visit your town once again. I'm sure you must be very proud of it, and may your good work continue. Thanks again, Jim.
Well, it's been wonderful having you, Ken, and I feel very privileged that you've come along to film it. Thank you very much, and I hope the viewer enjoys it as well.